good morning. Welcome to Hobby Evolution, episode 1445. Happy Wednesday, hump day. It is trash day, no recycle. It is trash day. It's at the curb. Good morning. Welcome to the show. It's Bowman Day. I did see something pop up yesterday, and I'm like, oh, it's Bowman Day. I didn't really think much of it. And then this morning, I'm like, it was something in the back of my mind. And it's like, I wanted to talk about releases. And I think we touched on Heritage last week. And then I think I touched on, I don't know where that noise came from. I think we touched on Onyx Vintage. They're getting the MILB license. Maybe we didn't talk about that. But there was a string of various products. I'm like, you know what? I want to talk about that. And then I did see Bowman. I'm like, oh yeah, Bowman, my favorite release. It used to be a joke here on Hobby Evolution back in the early days, literally the dark days of Hobby Evolution, because the old house, the basement, it looked like I was in a basement. It looked like I was in a dungeon. And it was a running joke that every new release was my favorite, whether it be Flagship, Topps Heritage, Archives, Allen and Ginter, and of course Bowman. Those were basically like the rotation of my favorites, and it just depended on the time of year. What's my favorite release? Well, whatever's out right now. Over the last couple of years, Bowman is rised. That's not a word. Has risen to the top. I still love the other products, and for different reasons. I love Topps Flagship because it's the first release of the year, and it just flies out of my eBay store at release. And it's still flying. Like, singles are still flying. Topps Heritage, I don't like anymore. And the reason I don't like Topps Heritage anymore is because we're now into the mid-70s. Now we're starting to get into the second half of the 70s with the 76 design. So Heritage, really since what 2018, I haven't really cared for Heritage. I think 2017 was my last, like, I love Heritage. And then it was like, I accepted it. Yeah, it's a fun set. I bought a case of it last year. I'm not going to buy any this year. But it's still like, when I see it, it's like, oh, cool, because it's new. It's new. And I think a lot of collectors are like that, where, you know, we poo-poo something, but then when we have it in hand, it's like, oh, I love this. And I think that's exactly how I feel about various products. I still love Allen and Ginter. I wouldn't call it my favorite product. I still love Bowman. I'm a prospect guy. I love minor league. I love seeing the new, you know, who's got a card. And we don't have a checklist yet for 2025. Bowman, I would assume it. This kind of annoys me that we don't see a checklist until after the pre-sale. That annoys me. Give me the checklist. So, and I know why they do it. Because if you don't like the checklist, you're not going to buy it. Maybe. So it'll be interesting to see what Cubs will get first Bowmans. And now, like last year, it was like, gosh, who's left to get first Bowmans? But now we've kind of been a change in the guard. We got a lot of newer, younger guys up in the prospect rankings. So maybe that's something we'll dive into later. So Bowman Pre-Sale but it's not Bowman Release Day, by the way. It's Bowman Pre-Sale Day. I would assume we'll get Bowman. They've been running the pre-sales about a month beforehand. So I would assume Bowman releases next month, probably around this time next month, first week in May, second week in May. So we'll kind of go over Bowman and in the release, and I'll give you my thoughts on, am I going to buy Bowman? Quick answer is yes, but there's some caveats, asterisk next to, am I going to buy Bowman? Did a lot of shipping yesterday, still kind of getting unburied with shipping. Sales have been slightly lower over the last few days, and I'm not surprised by that. I think volume is, there's been a couple days where volume's been low, but a lot of single card sales, more single card sales, and I know exactly why. I'm not going to share that just yet, but I know why. I know exactly why I'm seeing an increase in new customers, and I'll share that with you maybe next week or in the next couple weeks. Because I really want to, and I'm not, it's not because it's like, oh, I know something you don't know. It's not that at all. In fact, it's something that is commonly known that I've just kind of ignored. And there is some truth behind it. And so I want to tell you about what I'm doing, but I want to have numbers to back it up. It's only been something that has been going on for, less than a week. So I want to have some solid numbers to back it up. So I want to give it a couple of weeks before I share that information, and then I can give you the numbers behind it. And I kind of started dabbling, not dabbling. I started looking into the numbers last night, and I'm like, oh shit. Now I only had like 1 or 2 days of data, and I think that data will build as we move forward. But I want to share those numbers because it is an eye opener. It is an eye opener. What else? So I did a lot of shipping yesterday. I listed a few things that I pulled out of the Goodwill pallet. My sales are down because I haven't been listing anything. Frankly, that's usually, and I haven't. What I have listed, I listed some Vladimir Guerrero Jr. cards on I think Monday, whatever day he signed. I'm like, oh, and guess what? None of them sold. I maybe sold one Vladimir Guerrero Jr. card. And I thought that with that contract signing, and a lot of times I will make sales. I'm trying to think of a player who was Quinn Priester. And I don't know if I sold any Quinn Priester cards, which is strange. And that's just an example. He was recently traded. A couple days ago, he was traded from, I think, the Red Sox to the Brewers. He's got a lot of Pirates. Speaking of Bowman, he's got a lot of Pirates Bowman prospect cards. And usually when a guy like that, it's like, man, why am I selling all these Quinn Priester cards? And it's like, well, he was just traded. That's why. So anytime stuff like that comes up. Unfortunately, you may see a little uptick in Octavio Dotel sales, unfortunately, because he passed away. He was in that roof collapse in a club in the Dominican Republic. And I believe there was another former major leaguer that died in that roof collapse, Tony Blanco, who had a long career in Major League Baseball. They misreported it. Somebody misreported it as Henry Blanco. It was not Hank White. Tony Blanco. They just did not update the stats. So they used Henry Blanco's stats. So Tony Blanco only played one season. He appeared in 56 games for the Washington Nationals. So he was in that roof collapse that claimed I think he passed away. I know he was there, but the article I was reading apparently had a lot of errors in it. So Tony Blanco, Octavio Dotel passed away, and I believe Nelson Cruz's sister was also in attendance and passed away in that tragic nightclub roof collapse in the Dominican Republic this week. So I've been listing some stuff. I listed some random things that came out of the Goodwill pallet, a couple pennants, a Hank Aaron Home Run King pennant, which is pretty cool. An old Milwaukee Brewers pennant. I think it's from the late 70s. And I assume that based on the Hank Aaron pennant, I assume I looked up and kind of it's hard to get a date range on pennants. You just kind of got to look Milwaukee Brewers pennant and compare. And still, if you compare them to other people that don't know, you're not going to get good results. So who knows? I would assume the Hank Aaron Home Run King pennant was released shortly after he became the Home Run King. So we're talking mid 70s. So I assume that Brewers pennant, same range, mid to late 70s. I think I put late 70s, early 80s just to cover all the bases. So a couple pennants went into my eBay store. I did list the Ichiro Home Team Advantage rookie card. There's always a ton of Sports Illustrated for kids, which I sold the 100 card lot at auction last week or 2 weeks ago. I'll probably put another lot of SI for kids up. I pulled the Layla Ali, and that one actually, there's a lot of, I don't know what the sales are on those. And those are cards that comps are all over the place. Because if I would put it at auction, it'd probably sell for like $1.25. But you could sell it as a buy it now for 20 or 10, 15. So I listed mine at 20 or best offer and see what comes my way. And I thought there was one other card. Oh, and the Aaron Rodgers scorecard, serial number to 750. So couple items, few items that I listed in my eBay store yesterday. Didn't make it over the storage unit yesterday, but either today or tomorrow. It was cold yesterday. Starting to warm up, and we're going to hit almost 60 on Saturday. So Saturday afternoon at my storage unit, I'm going to type up a banner for this because it's a go, baby. We are doing it. Shop my bulk overstock and time boxes this Saturday. That's what, April 12th? Is that correct? Today's the 9th. 10th would be Thursday, 11th, 12th. Yep. At my storage unit. Superior Storage, just off the belt line, across from Menards in Madison, Wisconsin. All right. So I'm going to, I want to edit this. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. There we go. Save. There we go. So this Saturday, probably about noon, I should probably, let's see, I should probably edit that. Noon to, we've got dinner planned. So let's just say noon to 5. Noon to 5. Oh, shit. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. How come it's not? Cancel. Save. There we go. Having difficulties over here with the banners. Yeah, we have dinner plans on Saturday evening, so hopefully 5 o'clock. It gives me enough time. I assume we're not going over there till like 6:30, so I'll have to double check. But starting at like noon, I think that's a good. And if you can't and if you want to come out, to my storage unit and say you're like, well, I'm not available in the afternoon, we can make an appointment. Just hit me up. You can find me my email. Let's see, use 1millioncubsproject@gmail.com or MadisonCardShow@gmail.com. Hit me up on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. You can find me just about anywhere. Just Google my damn name and you can find contact information for me. So this Saturday, shop my overstock, shop my dime boxes. I got to get over there. I got to take, I've got some more dime boxes that I'm going to be taking. I've got some non-sports dime boxes that I'm going to be hauling over there today. Probably some baseball, more baseball. What else do I have? I've got a bunch of bulk that I'm going to be, I need to get another shelving unit. Good thing Menards is across the street. And then I've got to go through some of the Goodwill pallets still, some of the boxes. So this Saturday, what else is going on? We got the Madison Card Show weekend coming up at the end of this month. Saturday, April 26th is the regular Madison Card Show. I mentioned this earlier, but I haven't posted it yet. I need to get it posted. I'm still working on the maps, and I got to make sure I've got everything in the right place. Actually, I want to message the dealers before I put it out publicly. And that'll freak people out. Is that going to affect my space? No. Well, are you in this room? If you're not in this room, no, it doesn't affect your space. So what's happening this month only, the Williamson Ballroom will not be open for the Madison Card Show. So all the Williamson Ballroom vendors will be in the State Street Ballroom, it's actually a nicer ballroom, and it's got easy access to the parking lot. I'd rather have that ballroom than the Williamson Ballroom. So those dealers will be in the State Street Ballroom. And for our troubles, they're also allowing us to set up in the Badger State Room. So overflow from the waiting list will be able to set up in that room. So once I get everything knocked down, I'll have details up on the Facebook page, and I'll start reaching out to some of the people that are on the waiting list. So that's this month. So Saturday, April 26th, the Madison Card Show. It's actually going to be about 160 tables. It'll be in the downstairs State Street Ballroom, also in the Badger State Room, and then upstairs, like usual, mezzanine Capitol Square Ballroom. And then Sunday, April 27th, is the Madison Pokemon Show. It's only TCG, and that's going to be upstairs in the mezzanine and Capitol Square Ballroom, and downstairs in the Williamson Ballroom. So yes, we're going to be moving back. So Saturday, it's going to be in the State Street Ballroom show, and then Sunday back over in the regular Williamson Ballroom. They have church services in State Street. So that's why we're just not keeping it set up over there. So there you go. I'm going to have signs and instructions and all that ready to go for that weekend. What else is going? I think that's about all. I guess we can call it a day. We'll get to the chat here in a second. It is Wednesday. Happy hump day. Trash is at the curb. Hit up my eBay store, 99centcards.com. Check out the latest listings. I added a few things yesterday. And you can see scrolling at my bottom of the screen. This Saturday, we'll have my bulk sale, overstock, commons, dime boxes, which are just my retired quarter boxes at my storage unit. I have binders for sale, whole binders, $10. Some of the binders are worth $10 alone. Plus you get the cards and pages inside. Some of the binders are shitty binders, but they have good cards inside. So the cards are worth $10 and you can just throw the binder away. This Saturday, Superior Storage, just off the Beltline, west side of Madison, across from Menards. Todd's here. Good morning. What's happening? Philly Joe, good morning. Hello, SoCal Guy 1967 in the house. Porter and Son, rizzed to the top. Good morning, Gem City Card Show. Where did Bowman get its name from? Mr. Bowman, I assume. That's a great question. Where did Bowman get its name from? And I don't know the history. I should research that. Knackley Collectibles, good morning. James is here. What's going on? Jesus is the chase in Bowman, from what I hear. Jesus. Red Light 34, good morning. Prop mic alert. Am I not using? Is the mic not working today? Audio. Oh shit, it's not. There we go. All right, is that better? How about now? Audio better? Good morning. Your audio sounds off. Well, let's see. That was 15 minutes ago, so hopefully it sounds better now. Holmes in the house. Good morning. Warren Bowman. And that does sound correct. Usually I only believe 50% of what John types in the chat, and that does actually sound correct. Remember, Bowman is retail. Last year, blasters were fire. Did I open much retail last year? I can't remember what I opened last year. I have been, and I alluded to the fact that I don't buy hobby for Bowman. Every once in a while, I won't be buying. Well, it depends. If the prices drastically go back to like $150 a box, they won't, by the way. I would buy hobby. But if they're $300 and up, I'm not buying hobby boxes. But I will buy retail. Retail probably going to be $35 on Topps.com later today. But I'll buy some retail boxes. Low Roller Scratcher says, expect a higher price due to tariffs this month. China put 84% tariffs. USA put all tariffs, every country worldwide. There you go. I did notice last week we did a price check on my wholesale pricing from Columbia Hobby. And they had not, my prices had not risen on Columbia last week. This week, yes, they have. They cases went up $20. I think they're like 140 something at wholesale. You can get them cardboard gold is like 139. I'm not sure what BCW pricing is. I'm not sure what Ultra Pro pricing is. I'm not sure what some of the other, I'm sure there's cheaper than that out there. But yeah, if you're looking to get supplies, if you need supplies within the next couple months, or if you go through a lot of supplies, top loaders, card savers, penny sleeves, buy them now, because you're going to get, we're going to see an increase, a spike in prices. And we already have seen prices increase on multiple sites. John says, card manufacturer history is fascinating. I urge all to read up on the history of cards. Mr. Archer, good morning. John says, if we could get people off the skills games and into manufacturing jobs, then we might have a shot. And I don't think that's going to happen in this country. Knackley Collectible says, do you have the time for Bowman pre-order? Is it 11 a.m. Central? I believe it is. Let's see. Actually, it doesn't. The website does not say. I assume it's 11. The website just says available April 9th. 2025 Bowman Baseball pre-order. Missed out on the 2024 Bowman Baseball release? Sign up to be notified when this year's Bowman Baseball releases. So that's all that's on the Topps website. So today, but I'm not sure. I would assume 11 a.m. Central, but you know what assuming does. John says, what's the last thing anyone here made with their hands? A clay ashtray for my parents in 7th grade art class, probably. I don't make shit with my hands. Never have. Never will. Your sports card blaster doubled their price this month due to Trump tariffs. Since China put 84. Yes, we heard you the first time. Gem City Card Show. I made my showcase. I'm taking to the Macomb Card Show this weekend. Very cool. Macomb Card Show, Saturday, April 12th. Good morning, Peter. What's happening? That dude from Duryea says, what's up, guys? I agree that the history is interesting. Cards were used to push gum and protect ciggies. Yeah. What is Quinn Priester's war? Probably around 0. I've got Baseball Reference open up. Tony Blanco, by the way, rest in peace. Negative 0.9 war. Quinn Priester, I'm guessing he's around negative 0.9. Negative 1. Hey, we nailed it. Negative 1 war for the pride of Cary Grove High School. He was with the Orioles. Traded with another former flamed out prospect, Daz Cameron. Let's see. He pitched for the, I almost said Steelers. He pitched for the Pirates in 2023 and 2024. Also spent some time with the Red Sox in 2024. So there you go. Quinn Priester. The only reason I pulled his name out of my ass was because he was traded this week. And I wanted to use that as an example of cards that sell. A lot of times when players like Quinn Priester are traded, you're like, well, why? Quinn Priester has a negative 1 war. He's played in like how many games? How many games has he played in? 21 Major League Baseball games. Why would people want to buy his cards? Well, if you're team collectors or an autograph collector, it's like, oh, Quinn Priester, I'm a Brewers autographer. And Quinn Priester's in town now. You go out and buy his cards. And he's from Crystal Lake, Cary Grove High School. Let's see. Where are we at? We're just going to skip low roller. Cooter says Team Binder purchased Ultra Pro pages last night. Any supplies arriving in the U.S. today face 104% tariff. Big brain smarts. Knackley Collectible says Vladdy Jr. is underrated in the hobby. He is. And, Vladdy Jr. is one of those guys that is on my list. I get 20 cents per card from a local buyer. And I'm like, because they don't sell on eBay. Like, I just, 40 or 50 cards on eBay. And I don't think a single one sold right after that news came out. I'm like, that's surprising. So I have sold some Vladdy Jr. cards this week, but I thought I'd sell a few. Like, I thought somebody would come in and buy. But yeah, he does not sell well. So I just stack my Vladdy Jr. cards. I was like, here's 20 cents. $5 makes $1. Or $5. $5 makes $1. 5 cards make $1. And easy money. Philly Joe says, like Musk, I'm an assembler, not a manufacturer. John says, everyone losing their jobs, why did they choose you to tell me? No one is underrated in the hobby. Oh, I disagree with that. Good morning, Uncle Rich. Zach and Porter says, rookie year card. Cooter says, yesterday was 51st anniversary of Aaron's 715th. Orlando, good morning. That dude from Duryea says, radio broadcast talked about a commemorative tie that was given out to employees during the Phillies game last night. Victor's in the house. Good morning. Zach says, is there a bathroom someone can use at your storage unit? No, there's not. They can, I don't know, go piss on the sidewalk, I guess. John says it's like a garage sale. Except no, you can't come in and use my bathroom at a garage sale. What will parking situation be at the storage unit? Find a parking spot wherever you can find it. Let's see. Fortunately, there's no wrestling tournament across the street, so we should be good. There's an American Doll storage up in Mount Horeb I need to hit. I'll need a quick exit, so hopefully there's preferred parking. Johnny M says, good morning. On eBay Live, do all orders get shipped ground advantage? I'm seeing $5 to $6 shipping and will not pay that for a $2 card. I may want to buy and have it show up ESE. Could not find any info. Again, everything eBay Live is similar to eBay, so it just depends on the seller. I know a lot of sellers just like to have $5 shipping because it covers multiples, but it's all dependent on the seller. I can't answer that because I don't know what each individual seller on eBay Live is going to be doing. Mine's going to be set up just like it normally is. So there's not going to be change. You're not going to be paying $5 for a single card. Unless it's, a higher, if it's an autograph or a relic, yes, you will pay $5. If it's and I probably won't be putting, I don't know, maybe I would, but most of mine will be 99-cent shipping ESE. Bigger cards will go ground advantage. So it's seller dependent. It's not like an eBay Live says, oh, everything has to be $6 shipping. It's just seller dependent. So I can't answer that. You have to ask the seller. That dude from Duryea says, Hank Aaron tied for the home run record. Sorry, forgot to mention that part. Zach says, Saturday is the Easter Seals Celebrity Basketball Experience. Work with Klein to pick a different date. He's run shows before and is well-versed. Easter Seals Celebrity Basketball Experience. George, hey, what's up? Long time. I always prefer extra ballroom. There you go. John says, can I set up a Girl Scout cookie table both days, or do I need to sell the unwashed pokey dealers on the down low? Johnny M says Girl Scout cookies would probably be the best seller at any show. And there are some that every year, can we set up a booth for the Girl Scout cookie? No, you can't. No, you can't. It's a card show, not a flea market. And then I almost opened up that can of worms like the first year that I did the Madison Card Show. When I said back then it was $50, I said it's $50. Well, can you give us a discount because they take all the money? It's like, no, we're not playing that game. I'm like, you know what? We're not going to have any Girl Scout cookie sales at the Madison Card Show. Go to Walmart. Peter in the house. Good morning. Cooter says yes. Oh, we're talking about the audio. We fixed the audio. Thank you. Zach says tariffs don't impact the consumer. John says increase in supply costs will be offset by card prices plunging. Nothing burger, they call it. Only things Americans want to make is excuses. Priester's negative war matches by negative Bitcoin return. Johnny M says New York Mets on a 6-game win streak and in first place. I love April. Yeah, I think the Cubs are even in first place. Another win last night for the Cubs. What's the old standings on April 9th? Let's see. Cubs first place by a game and a half. 9-5 Cubs. So what would that put them in the National League? So they are third, fourth, fifth. Wow. First place in the National League Central by a game and a half, but they've got like the 7th best record in baseball. The Cubs would be in 4th place in the NL West. They'd be in 3rd place in the NL East, but they're in first by a game and a half in the Central. And then in the American League, the American League East, first place is the Blue Jays at 7-5. Wow, American League down in the first 10 games or so of baseball. Only one team has a 700 winning percentage. And that's the Angels. Mike Trout, baby. In the National League, we have 4 teams with above a 770%. Bitcoin could hit 77K today. I took my car dealer's investment advice regarding Bitcoin. That's an inside joke. The hobby rates. The results are transparent. Gem City Card Show says, does eBay Live offer progressive shipping like District? I don't think so. I think eBay Live is set up just like any other eBay setting. Essentially, yes, that is progressive shipping, just like it's called combined shipping. It would be combined shipping. So basically, like when you shop on eBay auctions and you're like, hey, I want to stack up 17 of your auctions and there's combined shipping, it's essentially the same as progressive shipping. So it depends on the seller. Again, it's seller dependent. It's not like universal shipping, universal rules on eBay Live. It's seller dependent, just like an eBay auction would be. Porter says, you're not even going to provide a pickle jar to pee into. You might want to disclose that on your flyer. No bathrooms, no food, no beverages. George says, the back corner of most storage units serve as an excellent outhouse. Don't give anybody ideas. Chris says, I bought my usual 3 to 4 boxes of Girl Scout cookies this year. Looked at the serving size, 2 cookies. Who eats 2 cookies? 2 rows of cookies? I don't even mess with Girl Scout cookies anymore because the serving size is 2 cookies. I want to eat like the whole freaking box. Yeah. Who's eating 2 cookies? 2 Girl Scout cookies. My wife did buy a box. There's a box of Thin Mints in our pantry, which Thin Mints are probably my least favorite Girl Scout cookie. Thin Mints. How about that for a hot take on a Wednesday morning? Thin Mints, least favorite. Favorite? Probably the Samoas. Of course, they call it a different name and depending on where you live. Samoas and whatever. What's the other name for Girl Scout cookies? I don't even know. I haven't seen a pamphlet. Usually there's like new flavors. Girl Scout cookies 2025. Here you go. Here's a menu. Girl Scout cookie menu. Wow, $6 a box. Well, $7. Some of them are $7 a box. They have all right, so tag-alongs. Tag-alongs are pretty good. I would rate tag-alongs up there. Samoas, Lemon Ups, Do-si-dos, Thin Mints, trefoils. I think trefoils are just like shortbread, right? Those are my favorites, or among my favorites. Adventureful. I've never seen those. S'mores and Toffee-tastic. Toffee-tastic sound good. You got to pay up for those. $7 a box for the Toffee-tastic and the s'mores. I've never had s'mores. I've never had Toffee-tastic. I don't know if I've had an Adventureful. My favorite, I'm just going to rank my Girl Scout cookie flavors 1 through 6. We're going to exclude Adventureful, S'mores, and Toffee-tastic because I don't have data for those 3. Number 1 favorite Girl Scout cookie, Samoa's. The GOAT of Girl Scout cookies. Number 2, I'm going to go Trefoils. I love the shortbread, and it's really good when you in like pudding, dip it in pudding. If you want to really add sugar and calories to your diet, add some Girl Scout cookies to some pudding. Number 3, tagalongs. I like they've got the peanut butter inside, I think. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe Thin Mints are not my least favorite. Although I do like Lemon Ups. I'm going to rank Lemon Ups 4th. I don't even know what the fuck a Do-si-do is. So I'm just going to say tied for last, Do-si-dos and Thin Mints. So number 1, favorite Girl Scout cookie, Samoa's. Number 2, Trefoils. Number 3, tagalongs. Number 4, Lemon Ups. And then we've got a tie for last place, Thin Mints and Do-si-dos. Now I'm looking at the 3 flavors that I've never had before. Toffee-tastic sounds pretty good. I've never had it, but I'm not going to go. I avoid when they're at the entryway at the grocery store. It's like, avoid it. Just look down, ignore the children. I don't want to buy your cookies. Porter and son says, just buy Wilderness Girls, come from Aldi at a third the cost. Interesting. Is Wilderness Girls, is that like a real group, or is that just like a knock on Girl Scouts? Is that the Aldi? Is Wilderness Girls an actual group? Are they the Aldi of Girl Scouts? Gem City says Caramel Delights or Caramel Delights, however you prefer to say, but I don't see those on the menu. Caramel Delights. There's no Caramel Delights on this. This is like an Etsy listing. This is like on an Etsy something. Let's go to the source. girlscoutcookies.com, girlscouts.org. Cookies, find cookies. All right. Oh, you've got to put in your zip code. All right. So I'm going to put in my zip code. So this is Wisconsin. Pick and Save. They're going to be at Pick and Save on Junction Road tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday and Sunday and every other fucking day until the end of the they're always there. I want to see what my options are. Cookies. I was just on this page. All right. But I might have to have a new ranking. Cookie flavors. There we go. Meet the cookies. All right, let's share the screen. Stop looking at me. Share screen. Meet the cookies. All right. We're talking Girl Scout cookies. Now I'm getting hungry. All right. So here we got first Adventureful. So basically it's a brownie. Indulgent brownie-inspired cookies topped with caramel-flavored creme with a hint of sea salt. Yeah, I'm putting those. I don't think I've had them. I'm not going to rank them, but I would not be interested. Caramel chocolate chip. Gluten-free. So that's the Toffee-tastic, I think, from what we saw. Oh, the Do-si-dos are the peanut butter. Okay, so I'm ranking those ahead of, they're breaking the tie. So it's going to be, Do-si-dos are going to be number 5 in my previous rankings, and then Thin Mints number 6. Caramel chocolate chip, never had them. Caramel Delights, that's what the Samoas are called. Okay, thank you, Brian. Oh, Brian said Caramel Delights. That's the other name for Samoas. All right, so Samoa's still the GOAT, whether they're Caramel Delights or Samoa's, the GOAT of Girl Scout cookies. Peanut butter sandwich, Do-si-dos. Crunchy oatmeal sandwich cookies with peanut butter filling. Yeah. Oh, baby. Oh, oatmeal with peanut butter in the middle? Shit. Oh, man. You're a contender. You're a contender. You've just moved up. I might put that. We're gonna put that in the top 3. Top 3. Toffee-tastic is different. I've never had these. All right, I just want to see. Okay. There's the iconic shortbread cookies inspired by the original Girl Scout cookie recipe. I'm still ranking Samoa's number 1, Trefoils number 2, but I'm moving Do-si-dos up to number 3. All right, so we got Samoa's number 1. We've got the shortbread, because I love the simplicity of shortbread. the trefoils are my number 2 ranking. Number 3 is the do-si-do with the crunchy oatmeal sandwich cookies with peanut butter filling. Number 4, we're going to go with the tagalongs. Crispy cookies layered with peanut butter and covered with a chocolatey coating. So that's going to be my new number 4. Lemon ups and lemonades are different, but I'm going to rank them. They're the new number 5. Number 6 was the old Thin Mints. The others I haven't had. Toast Yay, yummy toast-shaped cookies full of French toast flavor and dipped in delicious icing. I've never had those. Toffee-tastic, I have not had those, but they look like they could be a top 3 contender. Trefoils and Thin Mints, we rank Thin Mints are last on my list, the worst of the Girl Scout cookies. S'mores I've never had. Lemonades and lemon ups, I just assumed that they were the same. Maybe lemonades are crunchy, and lemon ups just based on these photos, lemonades look like they're a hard cookie, while the lemon ups look like they're soft. So I'm just going to combine the two because I like the lemon flavor either way. Caramel chocolate chip, pretty standard. I'm sure I've had a caramel chocolate chip cookie. I don't know if I've had a Girl Scout cookie of that variety. Adventurefuls, don't think I've had those either. So that's my ranking. Where we at? Gem City Card Show says Cooter gets the comment of the day award. Oh, Thin Mints should only be stored in the freezer. That probably would be, I probably would prefer a frozen Thin Mint over a non-frozen Thin Mint, a room temperature Thin Mint. Philly Joe says, I like Caramel Delights as well. Do you call them Caramel Delights or Caramel Delights? I call them Caramel Delights. Break Thin Mints over mint chocolate chip ice cream. Oh, yeah. Mint chocolate chip ice cream, a very good ice cream. Gem City, I've had an ice cream like, I've had a very ice cream craving lately. I don't know why. You know what's really good? Speaking of Aldi has a, it's like an oat. No, not oat. It's, I've got to look it up. Aldi cereal. It's like a coconut, Aldi coconut cereal. See if I can find it. I'm going to tell you. Coconut chia. Organic coconut chia cereal from Simply Nature. It's at Aldi. It's like $2 a box. It's like $3 a box. Coconut chia granola cereal. I love it just on its own. But if you put that in a bowl of vanilla ice cream, delicious. If Boy Scouts sold tins of baseball cards, would you buy them? I would be more apt to buy baseball cards from Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts. Girl Scouts can collect baseball cards too, you know. I would be more apt to buy baseball cards from Scouts than I would cookies. Porter says, Google Wilderness Girls Tim Curry. I don't even have to Google it. I know exactly. I'm forgetting what movie, but I'm picturing Tim Curry in the Wilderness Girls. Wilderness Girls. What's that from? National Lampoon's Loaded Weapon 1. And if you need to Wilderness Girls, here is there's the photo. Wilderness Girls, there's Tim Curry. National Lampoon's Loaded Weapon 1. Great movie. Tagalongs are the best, says Peter, but they aren't the same as they used to be in terms of taste and price. They've certainly gone up in price. Michael Renicke's in the house. Good morning. Chris says, here in Oregon, the Girl Scouts only sell cookies in March. This year, one of the tables would chant, Girl Scout cookies, we take cards. It's now stuck in my head like 1-800 Cards for Kids. That's 1-800 Cards for Kids. Oh, wait. 1-8 KARS Cards for Kids. Thin Mints suck. And I couldn't even remember that song. Now it's going to be stuck in my head. Thanks, Peter. They do suck. Thin Mints, not good. My daughter is a Girl Scout, says Brian. I've had almost every kind of cookie they make. Adventurefuls are surprisingly great. Caramel, says Philly Joe. The Faltsy's in the house. He says DQ has a Thin Mint Blizzard, which is good. You know, I think if you add ice cream to the equation, I'll take any of these cookies. Just add ice cream. But yeah, shit. Give me a Thin Mint Blizzard. I'll take it. I'm going to freaking go out and buy ice cream today. And the fucking Girl Scouts are going to hit me up for 12 boxes, 2 tubs of ice cream. Good morning, you card collectors. What's up, TD Sports Cards in the house? Tigers says mint-flavored food is nasty. Oh, I hard disagree with that. Some mint-flavored food is nasty. You know, a mint food that my wife's been buying lately that it's like, and same with, shit, what's the little chocolate, mint chocolate candies? Junior Mints. Duh. Junior Mints. My wife had a little box of Junior Mints, and I'm like, she put them away. She was on a call and puts them down. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have some. Like, these are not good. Same with York Peppermint Patty. Is that the worst candy ever created? No, there's a lot worse, like the Boston baked beans candy or whatever. There's a lot of bad candies out there, but the worst chocolate candy, among the worst, I shouldn't say it's the worst, but one of the worst is York Peppermint Patty. Like, really? You had to ruin a good chocolate with, and it's not even a good chocolate. You had to ruin chocolate with peppermint? That's as egregious as ruining chocolate with cherries. You ever bite into a little chocolate candy and it's a freaking cherry? Ugh. But mint flavored food, not nasty. Some of it is. Junior Mints, not a fan. Mint chocolate chip ice cream, big fan. Big fan. I don't know. What else is mint flavored? I don't know. Porter says, pro tip, store Thin Mints in your freezer before throwing them in the garbage. There you go. Michael Renicky says, my wife is a middle school teacher. We have plenty of Girl Scout cookies in our house, freezers, cupboards, countertops. I remember my brother and his daughter, he ended up buying, I think he just didn't want her going, she's like 30. My niece, she's like 30 now. I think she just didn't want to do the whole sales thing. So my brother just ended up buying like all of the Girl Scout cookies. Like, and when I mean all of the Girl Scout cookies, I mean he had an entire kitchen cabinet filled with fucking Girl Scout cookies. I mean, hundreds of boxes that he bought because either my niece didn't want to go out and sell them or my brother just didn't want to take her out to go sell them. Like, I'll just buy them. I just remember, like, he'd have them in the freezer. He'd have them in the fridge. There was one dedicated Girl Scout cookie cabinet in the house, and I'm sure the basement was filled with Girl Scout cookies. Gem City Card Show says Tim Curry has a card in Topps Chrome Black Star Wars. Topps Chrome Black Star Wars. And sadly, you can tell his health is not great just by his signature. That's not good. That dude from Duryea says Thin Mints are the top-selling Girl Scout cookie. I'm starting to rethink all the advice I get here. Hey, Girl Scout cookie or Thin Mints, terrible cookie. Alex Kimbrough says, I finally bought a label printer and I have no idea why I waited this long. It's earth-shattering. It is if there's one tool, if you're starting to sell on eBay and it's like, okay, I want to make a purchase for the business, that's the number one thing. A thermal label printer. It is earth-shattering. Business changing. Cooter says, always question what you hear from this chat. Chris says, you can get your troop together and they can chant Girl Scout cookies, just add ice cream. Uncle Rich says, dude, York Peppermint Patty, big fan. Uncle Rich, that's ugh. Yuck. Okay, back to Bowman. This is the top candidate for rip and sell for profit. No. Well, it depends. I still say Series 1, top Series 1 is the GOAT. Of course, there's caveats to everything. You know, Top Series 1, you've got to get it on release day and you've got to list it fast. Like, you can't just wait around. You can't just buy it 5 days after release and just kind of casually list and expect to make profits. You've got to hustle and grind it out. Same with Bowman. Bowman could have bigger margins. I mean, we can't use these comps because it's COVID. I don't believe any comps from 2021 and early 2022. But Khalil Watson, first Bowman Chrome Khalil Watson base on release day, we're selling for $22. I sold mine for $22. Now they're in court. Now they're getting passed by in 25-cent boxes. Matt Mervis, first Bowman papers were selling for $10 a pop. And I was happily selling. I think I was selling the Chrome for 15. Again, passed over in 25-cent boxes today. And that was just 2 years ago. So those are the opportunities that come along with release day pricing. But it like some years it's, you know, I think last year, I think it was a little like even the top, I can't remember who was the top in 2024 Bowman last year. But I think the top Chrome was selling for like maybe $10, even at release. So, but you're moving stuff faster. There's higher margin, your base cards, your quote commons. Well, I guess there's veteran base that those are going to, you know, move like commons and Topps flagship. But your first Bowmans and first Bowman Chromes are obviously going to have a lot higher margin than, you know, even your stars and flagship. So the margins are higher. Same can be said. You've got to get it at release, sell it right away. But I like it. Uncle Rich says, who cares about Bowman? Foot Talk is the raison d'etre for this program. L1C says the worst candy hands down is Raisinets. I will agree with that. Yes, you are correct. Raisins, oatmeal cookies, my like freaking favorite cookies. My least favorite cookies, oatmeal, when you put raisins. Satan, yes, Satan puts raisins in oatmeal cookies and chocolate. Awful. Those gross little turds were concocted by Satan himself. I agree. Raisinets, awful candy. Cooter says Foot Talk. Wrong chat, Uncle Rich. Yep, you're in the foot fetish channels over on the next channel over. You gotta get the remote out. Flip to the other channel. Dad Dude from Duryea says Whoppers are the worst chocolate candy. I'm gonna disagree with that one. I like Whoppers. How can I say this without sounding pervy? Maybe this is the right channel for that Foot Talk. I like taking a Whopper and I'm still trying to think of a way to not make this sound perverted. I take the Whopper and I suck it. And like the wafer inside just disintegrates. And then you're left with just the outside chocolate. I like Whoppers. I like the Burger King Whoppers. Yeah, I love the Whoppers from Burger King. I also like the chocolate Whoppers, the candy as well. Zach says, I don't think you can host a dime box event without a working bathroom. Why risk it, especially when the farmer's market is going on at the same time? There you go. All right. Farmer's market will not be going on. I'm an afternoon dime box event. So I don't think I'm competing with any farmers markets. All right. That's what I had for today. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Uncle Rich says, big fan of the Impossible Whoppers from Burger King. I don't think I've ever had an Impossible Whopper. All right. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Visit my eBay store, 99centcards.com. And it's been scrolling at the bottom of your screen. This Saturday, my own little card show at the storage unit. Come check out what I have at all the bulk overstock. I've got over 100,000 dime box cards. I've got a whole shelf of binders. Binders are going to be $10 a pop. binders with cards. So come on out. Superior Storage. It's on the west side of Madison, across the street from Menards. This Saturday, starting the sale starts at noon. So come out and see me in Madison this Saturday for my bargain box bonanza. Bo sucks whoppers. He does. That dude from Duryea says, hope no one gives you whoppers at the storage unit or you may be on the news. Uncle Rich says, guess I'm getting used to the typos for the next Name That Player. Oh, yeah. Name That Player this Friday. You must spell correctly. We are grading on spelling this round. Gem City Card Show says, binders of men and women, $10 only at the storage units. All right. Like and subscribe. We'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same place. See you then.